violated federal law. In the decision, he wrote, quote, "No statute comes close to giving the president the authority he claims to have." The president's Justice Department has already filed an appeal.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you.
Part of his opinion, but basically he's saying I need congressional approval. And he's so wrong. This is
very wrong.
Financed privately. It's a donation that's being given by companies.
We're live, and thank you all for joining us. I am the leader of the PAC, which is the Adventures of the Philippine American Couple. I am the only David in the world that ever exists.
This is being funded privately, so Congress does not need to, in legal DHS funding, Congress can't pass.
And HUD.
All right. I hope everybody's going to have a great night tonight. We're going to be outdoors for a while, then we're going to go indoors for a while. We've got some things to discuss as people come in here later. So just hang loose with me for a few minutes. It is probably in the mid-70s. You okay, Lily? All right. Hello, everybody. Patrick, how are you, good buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you all for being here. Give us a thumbs up in the background there. Don't you boys and girls be shy. I am here. I'm here all night long. So what's going on, Pat? How you feeling today? Pamela's in the house. Hello, Pamela. Good to see you. Glad you're here. It's been a busy, crazy last couple weeks for us. Today was a horrible day. Not a horrible day, could always be worse, but not a great day today. So taking it easy and relaxing, that's smart. I'm trying, but it ain't working too well, Pat. So thank you, Pam. Pam, good to have you here. If you have a channel, let us know so others know. Say hello to the other people. Maybe they will come and check you out. Make some friends. It's okay with me. Tim is in the house. Good evening, Tim. How are you today, my friend? Well, it's a beautiful day in America. We're going to be outdoors for a while, then we're going to go inside. But Pat says hello to you, brother Tim. Good to see you. Hot Shot Bait says hello. Good to see you. I hope you're a fishing channel. I have to check you out if you are. I'm hoping that's what you are. Desi's in the house. Desi, thank you. Hello, how are you? Good to see you, young lady. You got a great YouTube channel. You guys check her out. Pamela says, yes, it is. Yes. It is a nice day, you know. Love my shirt. Thank you. It's one of my favorites. I got so many of them that it's hard to decide what I'm going to wear, when I'm going to wear, unless I'm going out in public, you know. So I love my shirts, my hats, and my watches. So, my Desi, great to see you. We got some new cooking utensils in. We're going to show off this weekend, I think, Desi. So you might be interested in that. So we'll get more into that another day. But we got a whole new cookware set in, my wife bought. Guys, says hello, Desi. Good to see you. Oh, yes. You guys all say hello to Pamela for me, if you would. Make sure you do that. So, well, today was could always be a worse day, but, you know, we had the flood in the house, the damage to the bathroom and the bedroom. I'm still in holding. I'm still waiting for the insurance company to get the approval to put everything back. So we're still living in a construction zone, which really sucks. I saw that they're on the what is it called, Aramidas or something is on the way to the moon. It's exciting. I'm going to try to follow up on it tomorrow. I figure I'll give it some time and check it out tomorrow. What do you think about that, Tim? Are you excited? I'm going to do a little video about how the plumbers tried to rip me off, how I almost got hustled on that, so you guys stay tuned for that. And then, of course, when they eventually put our house back together. But remember, Friday night is Jamie or Miss Avocado's, Unbothered Avocado's baby shower. We're having a virtual baby shower Friday night at 7. This time on Friday night, right here on, well, not right here on StreamYard, but on the StreamYard. Tita Marie is in the house. Thank you for coming in. How are you? We've been talking, my wife and I have been talking a lot about visiting the Philippines, and because we're trying to make plans for 2027. But yeah, we're going to do a virtual baby shower. So I hope you guys will all come. I think there's going to be some singing on StreamYard. I'm going to try to go get a little cake and eat it in front of you. Everybody saying hello to Tita. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, it always is pretty exciting, right? I like it too. I really enjoyed parts of living on the Space Coast in Florida. Really enjoyed parts of it. David is in the house, says hello to Tita. Good to see you, David. Thank you all. Everybody said hello to David. David said hello to everybody. Good, busy visiting vloggers. Excellent. Did you have fun doing that? Nobody wants to visit me. Tita, is there a reason nobody wants to visit me? Hello, Tita. But yeah, we are discussing our future Philippine plans and going to Singapore while we're there in the Philippines. So we've been working on that a little bit for the year 2027. But everybody's saying hello to each other. But we had to take our, we got the whole house issue going on, right? I did wind up breaking down and buying a new mobility scooter for $3,000. Ouch. I paid the plumber an outlandish amount of money. And we spent $750 today on Lily at the vet. Our dog Lily wasn't feeling well, so we took her into the vet, and that bill cost us $750. So those last couple of weeks has been rough. Does he like Singapore? Definitely on the bucket list. Yeah. Well, my wife, is from the Philippines, and then of course she has a family member that lives in Singapore. And they've invited us to come to Singapore while we're in the Philippines. And I've told my wife, I said, that's great because I don't want to spend a month in the Philippines. I find it too boring. But we got business we need to take care of. We need to make some decision about property we have. So we got to go back to the Philippines. And we want to visit people anyway there. But I don't want to spend a month there. So we'll probably spend 2 weeks, then jump over to Singapore for 10 days. Yeah, well, yeah, $750. The dog better get well. She's back to normal right now. But then again, she's not in any pain. They gave her a shot that's going to last 24 hours. So she said she won't be feeling any pain. So we'll see how it is for tomorrow. High-end shopping and food in Singapore. Yes, that's what we're hoping. Her cousin has lived there forever. He's an accountant, I think. So maybe he can pay the bill. Tim says, Pack, nobody visits you because they can't handle the fancy area that you live in. Yeah, I wish. I wish I was true. They just don't like me. Nobody wants to be my friend. It's on par to the American dollar. All right, I'm good with that. All right. So we'll probably only go there for about 10 days and then probably fly from Singapore back to the United States. So I'm letting my wife figure all of that out with her cousin. I'm going to kind of stay out of it. And in 27, I'm just going to go along for the ride, so to speak. David says, "Okie dokie about the doggy woggy. Doggy's doing good." But she was having problems in her mouth. And so John is in the house. John SSC 30 is in the house. Good to see you. Thank you. There's a whole lot of thumbs up. People, give us some more thumbs up if you can. Don't be shy. Well, yeah, I'll have fun with it, but I'll just let them figure it out, right? And I'll just go along for the ride and, you know. I mean, I look forward to seeing in Singapore. I think that'd be cool. So I look forward to that. Hello, everybody from Tim. So, Lily, you can tell all these people walking around the neighborhood, walking their dogs, bouncing the balls, causing the dogs all to go crazy. So give it a second. These people will pass. Things to calm down again. So Lily had to go in to the dentist today, or to the doctor, the vet. She had some teeth pulled. They did her anal glands. Did her nails, her teeth, her anal glands, gave her some shots. But I got some videos. We're going to put a video out. You guys are going to have to watch this. The vet sent us videos, gave us videos of him taking the teeth out and stuff like that. So that's going to be really cool to see. It's really cool to watch, to see the doggy's teeth, you know. Yes, so that was $750, but our vet, I'm saying our dog, I think our dog likes us. Our vet likes us, and we've had him since both dogs were puppies. I mean, literally, he's the vet. So what, 10 years now? Lily's 9 years old, so 10 years. He gave us, the bill was almost $1,100, but he discounted down to $750. And he's an honorable vet. He's an honorable vet. You're the winner? You're the 1 millionth? Really? I don't see that. You got to be the 1 millionth. You know? So, I was like, wait a minute, what? Yes. So yeah, you got to be the 1 millionth subscriber to win the prize. So, I can't tell you what it is yet, because I want it to be a mystery until that 1 millionth person gets on here and does that. So, but you will love the gift, I promise. It will not be a disappointment. So yes, we got a lot of activities for you. Want you guys to watch some doggy video, some house repair video, plumbing ripping me off videos. My wife got some new kitchen dishes video. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got a new mobility scooter coming in. I'm making a couple videos about it, explaining it to you, how much it costs and blah, 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 and why I chose it. So, what, in the bark? Yeah, I know. You know, the good thing is all of our dogs in the neighborhood are pretty quiet until all the neighbors wake the dogs up. You know, and from time to time, which irritates me, and remember Friday night's a big night. We're doing Unbothered Avocados baby shower live on StreamYard right here at 7 o'clock right now. So in 2 days, we're doing Jamie's baby shower, virtual baby shower. So I want everybody to come for that. If I unsub, then I sub 1 million time. Will I win the prize? Maybe. Viking, if you have the time, the energy, the tenacity to unsubscribe and subscribe 1 million times, I'll give you a prize. Woo, let me tell you. Tina, yes. Do you have a travel type scooter you use when? Yes. Well, I have a scooter that's not great for traveling, but it can travel. So what I just purchased, which is on its way, is a scooter that is completely designed for traveling on cruise ships, airplanes, everywhere. It's designed for this. The battery's designed for it. It folds up into like about the size of a suitcase, and it has a handle on it so you can drag it around like a suitcase. You can carry it upstairs if you need to. The one that I currently use, you can't do all of that with. You can take it apart and travel with it, but it's a lot more difficult. And it's gotten really old and beat up. There's buys in the buy. Stick around. I got a couple questions for you, young lady. I was thinking about you the other day. Pat and I were. Tim says, an autograph picture pack topless. The other consolation prizes, yes. Bye. How are you? Hey, we haven't seen, Pat and I were talking about you the other day. Haven't seen a lot of your live streams lately. We wanted to say hi and see how you are. And thinking of you, we were thinking of Henry. Has anybody heard from Henry lately? I need to send, maybe I'll try to send him a message later tonight. But Henry has seemed to disappear off the face of the earth. And we're having a baby shower Friday night at 7, right now, a baby shower about this time in 2 days, Friday night on StreamYard for Unbothered Avocado. It's her first baby shower ever in her life, so we're going to do a baby shower for her. We're going to play a game where we try to guess the baby's weight and stuff like that. So, and I'm gonna go to Harps on Friday and get a little cake. Pat says, hello, Tina Marie, good to see you. So, yes, the scooter also carries up to like 300 pounds of weight. That means it can handle me easily because I'm not 300 pounds. But I might be close, but I'm not. So, yes, and I highly recommend it. Pat says, hello to you, Viking, good to see you. Good news, everyone. The air quality index is good. It's in the low 60s. Outstanding. You know why your air quality is good in the Philippines? Because we are going to the moon and we're sucking all of the bad air up into outer space with the rockets. Them says, hello to you, Viking. How are you? Viking, when are you headed back to the Philippines? Are you at the end of the year? Is that right? We're still waiting for our house to be rebuilt. We're still sleeping in a construction zone and it stinks, smells like construction. So you guys all need to have pity on us. The damn birds are eating all of my bird feed. So you should feel sorry for me. We literally have dropped $5,000 in 2 weeks. That just blows my mind. How we've done that or more. I don't know how the hell we've done that, but we're excited. We're gonna do a baby shower Friday night. Lorelai's going to show off her new kitchenware this weekend at some point. So she's got some really fancy new kitchenware that we got, or she bought. Let me just say that. Yeah, she bought it. I didn't really care for, but she wanted it, so we bought it. Now, granted, we did need some new stuff, but she's convinced herself. Tim says, now I can breathe. Breathing's good, man. As somebody who has a lot of lung issues, including sarcoidosis and asthma and CPOD or whatever the hell you want to call it, breathing's good. I've been having more and more trouble myself breathing since my new pacemaker, which I know it doesn't make any sense. It's probably psychosomatic. But I'm going to start using, I think I reordered some an emergency inhaler because there's been 5 or 6 times now that I kind of, the birds are out today. I got a red-headed bird over there, red-headed sparrow. Well, I know, Tim, but the birds are eating the bird food and waiting. Well, because I want the good birds to eat it. I buy the bird food for the good birds. So I want the good birds to eat the bird food. not the bad birds, like the black ones. I don't want the black ones eating the bird feed. I want only the pretty birds to eat to eat the bird seed. You know, I gotta admit, where we live, we don't have a great selection of birds. You know, my friend in Australia, he sends me video clips of the lorikeets, you know, the tropical birds that live outside his house in nature. And all I have is stinking robins and blackbirds and one pair of cardinals. I do get hummingbirds. My hummingbird feeders are up. But Tim, I don't think it's wrong for me to say, hey, I don't want the crappy birds eating my bird food. I bought the bird feed for the good birds. So, and we got a lot of projects going on. We got a lot of projects coming up. We got a lot of work to do on the side of the house, the back of the house. You guys might find this extremely strange, but here's something that I'm very excited about. When we first bought this house, a friend of mine gave me a sapling, a maple tree sapling, and it's only probably 3 feet tall. Well, I planted it in my backyard over there. And this year, this spring, this year, is the first year that it's finally taller than the privacy fence. So for the last couple of years, it's growing, but it's always been shorter than the privacy fence. So for the very first time, the tree is taller than the privacy fence. That's cool. I'm very excited about that. Are you discriminating? Yeah, I am discriminating against birds. You damn right I am. You know, I am. I'm discriminating and kicking them birds to the curb. When Lily's feeling good, I tell her to go kill them, get them, eat them. But the birds are too fast. And Lily's fat and slow. Lily gained weight. She's on a diet. She's been on a diet for 2 years. And she's gained 2 pounds in 2 years. How in the hell is this happening? You know, we either have serious psychological issues at this house, or, you know, my diet plan for my dog isn't working. You know, something's not right. You know, I know she can't run as fast because she's 3-legged or 3.5-legged, whatever you want to call it. So, but still. Trying to see if that's one of the good birds or one of the bad birds. Yes, I am discriminating. I think it's my right. I buy the bird seed, my right to discriminate. Oh, man. We're trying to get some, I'm also getting, man, we got so much going on. We're also going to get ready to get some fishing done, start fishing and live streaming those on the Fishing with PAC channel. So watch out for the Fishing with PAC, the alerts for that. I got to do it on StreamYard because I don't have enough subscribers yet to do it like this, but I will. I've been working on my fishing gear the last couple of days. I'm going to try to get Lorelai and I's fishing license this year. So, well, Tim, I know, because that's kind of me. But literally, we're screwing up somewhere, because here's what I do, is I give Lily 1 cup of food a day, half a cup at night, half a cup in the morning, not processed, a fresh turkey, right? She does get a treat when we leave. Now, maybe I need to figure out how many calories are in those treats. So if we leave the house, she gets a treat. When we come back, she gets a different treat. And then at midnight, she gets an egg yolk. So we're doing something wrong, or we're just lying to ourselves or something. You know, she's not drinking soda. She's not drinking soda. She's not having milkshakes and ice cream. So we got to do better on her. I might have to figure out a treat that has a whole lot less calories. Maybe that's the problem. The treat that she really likes. Maybe, I don't know. Do they even have calories on dog treats? So maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Well, yeah, the egg and the treats, Yeah, the problem is, I agree, but you know how hard it is to not give our dog a treat when we leave the house? You know, we've gotten so ingrained over the last 9 years of doing that, and we've spent probably $1,000 on treats or more. So you're right, we need to quit doing that. Or I need to find just a much healthier treat that doesn't cause her any harm, is where I need to go. Because to be honest, I kind of like that. Now, the egg, we don't give her eggs, we just give her an egg yolk. Because my wife likes to eat boiled eggs, right? And I'm going to make egg salad this week, by the way. I need to do that tomorrow. So when I boil eggs or steam eggs, I don't boil eggs anymore, I steam them. So when I steam eggs, when Lorelai gets home at midnight, a lot of times, not every day, but 90% of the time, we'll give her the egg yolk, not the whites. That's probably even worse than, but she doesn't like the whites. Carrot sticks, yeah. I know there are some healthy alternatives. We just haven't explored, but I'm going to. Tim, I promise, I'm going to. I got to look into a better treat to give her when we leave. So, I really am. I'm going to have to do much better on that. And now that her teeth have been pulled, she had like 4 teeth pulled. You know, we'll definitely probably have to do something different anyway, because I don't know if she'll be able to chew her treat that we normally give her now. I don't know. With missing teeth, if she'll be able to chew them. I'm sure she could. She'll figure it out. But, well, that's what we give her is rawhide, a rawhide type chew. But when we were at Sam's Club the other day, they got a brand that said it was nothing but chicken and no chemicals. So, and those look like something that we could cut into smaller chunks, and that might work. You know what I mean? Instead of giving her a big one, giving her a chunk of something, because she's not going to know the difference, right? So, I'm gonna Google the one that we give her, and see how bad it really is. That's part of what I'm doing on my to-do list. Then I'm going to do a bunch of research about a really healthy treat, maybe for digestion or low calorie, low fat, whatever. So, milkshake for a few weeks without missing it. Yeah, well, it doesn't seem to bother her. But then again, she's on pain meds. They gave us pain meds to give her, but the doctor said don't give it to her until tomorrow because they gave her a pain shot that's going to last all day long. He said she's not going to feel any pain no matter what you do to her. And I got a feeling he's right. So, you know, because she's been very happy all day. We got her back from the vet. She's missing teeth. She had her butt squeezed. She had her nails done, had shots done. And she's acting like, hey, I'm the king of the world. So, yep, I got a feeling that, you know, she's feeling no pain. No pain whatsoever. So we'll see how she feels tomorrow. I don't know when my new mobility scooter is going to be here. I'm hoping Friday, but it'd probably be, I'm looking at the emails, I don't know, maybe Monday, by Monday. My wife is very excited about us getting a new mobility scooter. Why? I don't know. She's so excited. She asked me the other day, said, hey, aren't you so excited? And I'm like, no. I had to spend $3,000. So, no, I am not excited. I'm very, very unexcited. But she's excited because she thinks it's going to make her life easier, which is probably true, you know, because she does a lot of the loading and unloading, and this thing is designed to fold up and to run kind of like a suitcase size and blah, blah, blah. But I do got a feeling I'm going to look really stupid on it. I got a feeling it's going to be like me riding a suitcase. You know, it's going to be a big fat guy on a tiny scooter. We're going to have that look. So I don't know how well that's going to serve me, but that's how it's going to look. But it does have four wheels, so it's more stable than my three-wheeled one, but it's not going to be able to go off-roading at all. It's not designed for that. It's definitely designed for airports and carry-ons and places like Disneyland or whatever you want to call it, museums. But it's definitely not going to do mud and dirt like I like, which is what I really need, is one that I can beat the shit out of, you know. But this one I can't, so. But she's excited about that. But other than that, what's going on in everybody else's world? Man, we are excited for you guys because you guys aren't us. You guys aren't us. I had planned, I needed to take my old fishing truck into somewhere and have the back doors fixed. I need to have some window tint scraped off and replaced on the old truck. So, but now that's on hold. I need to get my back patio done. So that's probably a month out. I was going to do that here pretty quick. But now that we spent $750 on Lily to get her teeth done, no. Well, they are, well, to be honest, Tim, I hate when people do this. They think it's funny or entertaining to stop in front of where the dog is barking. Lily! So they think it's entertaining or funny to irritate the damn dog. They just can't keep moving their happy ass down the street. I hate that. Leave the damn dogs alone in the neighborhood. They're not your pets. That pisses me off. Because all they're doing is stirring the dogs up. Intentionally. The funny thing is, you're right, they are, but the good travel scooters are actually the ones that are more expensive nowadays. Because they're more popular. They're the ones who are really pricey. You can get something that goes outdoors, for probably 20-25% less than you can get the equivalent travel scooter. Because the batteries are different and stuff like that. The outdoor scooters have bigger batteries. And they're not airplane approved or anything like that. They're a lot heavier. You're talking about something that weighs 150 to 200 pounds versus 55 pounds. But the weird thing is these travel scooters have gotten so popular that they've gotten expensive. So the one I bought this weekend, or ordered this weekend, was like, I can't remember, $33,202. And then I got a discount that dropped it down to like $2,792. That's about right. So it dropped it under $3,000 a little bit. So quite a bit, right? About $600 off. So wind up paying, I think, $2,700 and change for the one that's coming. So, and for $1,500, I could go buy one that I could take fishing and feel confident. Now, picking them up, moving them, taking them apart are a bitch. But they're all expensive, Tim. They are expensive, But as much as I like to go off-roading, I don't use it that much. So right now we do use the travel type a whole lot more. So I think that's, whether it's like it or not, it's probably the smart decision. Because we do go to malls and zoos and aquariums, places like that a whole lot more than we go out looking for tulips in the middle of a field. So a lot of the places I go fishing at, I can ride a scooter too. And this one, or the old one that I got, I'm going to keep using the old one to go fishing in, I think. Now, I think part of what Lorelai's very excited about is this. Now that we have two scooters coming, when she goes fishing, she's going to want to ride the other one. I know what my wife is thinking. My wife is thinking, great. She'll ride the second one and won't have to make the walk to the lake. And I know she's also thinking we can now take Lily to the park, and she can put Lily in a basket, which Lily's a fat dog now, 26 pounds, in front of the scooter, and she can drive Lily around the park instead of walking her or putting her in the baby stroller that we have. So I know what my wife is thinking. My wife's excited about having her own scooter. I know what she's thinking. And I promise you, within the next couple weeks, my wife will find something, some reason, some justification to use the mobility scooter to run around somewhere. Just telling you. A lot of people, us older people, I guess we have a lot of pride. I was shocked to see, like in the Philippines, where the kids want to rent the scooters. I can get, and everybody rents them, even in Vegas. It's a big deal to rent scooters so you don't got to walk around Vegas. But I guess when I was in my 20s, I would have thought that's for somebody who's disabled. How do I know? What do I know? Apparently I don't know much. So we have been busy for sure. So how's gas prices in the Philippines? Gas is still around $3 in America. I know there's a lot going on in the drama world, around the world, and who knows what's happening and what's gonna happen. Let's see. Trying to do some Googling. There we go. Viking says, hello to you, Tim. Gas is over $8 a gallon in the Philippines. Holy shit. That's getting a little pricey. I guess it's still under $3 here. Where I live, it's under $3. So, Viking, what's gas like in your part of the world? Diesel's over 9. Well, I think the war is coming to an end. I think Trump has said publicly that he's going to wind it down over the next couple of weeks. Wow, 2.5 per liter. Woo. That's about like the Philippines. And I guess his new strategy is, all right, if you guys want the gas from there, or the oil and gas from there, you better go figure out how to get it. I think he's gotten very tired of doing all the heavy lifting, as he says. So England and other countries might want to rethink their strategy. Because I guess now we're getting ready to pull out of NATO. He doesn't want to be in NATO at all anymore. And he's pointing blankly on our news here saying we won't be there for you anymore. And if we take away our money that supports NATO, then NATO will dissolve. So it's an interesting time. The world is definitely changing and shifting. I know Australia's having gas problems. I saw that. I think it's definitely a realignment of the energy world, or the energy of the world, so to speak, right? I don't know who's going to come out on top of it, who's the loser's going to be, but it's definitely not the status quo anymore. But here, it's not too big of a deal here. Nobody's, California is always crazy, but other than that, there's not a lot of people bitching and complaining here, so not a huge ordeal. And, we just, I know I saw where King Charles is scheduled to be in America in a few weeks. What I hope is that they don't cancel that trip. I hope that King Charles does come to America and that he can have a good visit. Trump and him can come back to a meeting of the minds. He can go back to his home country as a king and say, look, our prime minister has been screwing the pooch. We need to change directions. We need to do something different. We can't afford to lose our alliance with the United States. So I do think, and I don't know, look, I don't live in England, so I don't know how much power he has at all. I don't know. So I don't know if he could come back and publicly say, I had a great trip. I respect Donald Trump and America, and we need to do whatever we have to do not to lose that alliance, and if people would agree to it. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But I don't know if that would divide England, and cause a big fuss in England over the prime minister and the king being at odds. I don't know. There's, do the king and the prime minister get along? Do they ever talk? You know what I mean? I just don't know how it works, to be honest. We're getting some storms coming in somewhere. I got an alert saying we're getting some bad weather. Hang on, I got to find my weather bug. Find my weather. We got clouds coming in. I got an alert saying there's tornadoes somewhere. That's the wind map. Hang on, I didn't see this. Looks like we got a bunch of stuff coming through Dallas, Oklahoma, into Arkansas. Yeah, well, yeah, I would agree. We have no desire. I mean, I don't know. I don't think America really believes Camilla is queen. We just don't see that. We definitely know. There's an Apache helicopter coming to land on my house to take me away. We definitely know that she's not what we perceive to be a true queen in behavior. So I know people here don't like her, or they think she's kind of nasty, gross. So that's kind of the feeling that she's not a real queen compared to even like the Queen in Waiting, right? Whatever her name is, Middleton, Kate Middleton. Isn't she the one married to the oldest son? You know, that lady, that girl, presents herself more like a queen than Camilla does. Camilla just comes off trashy, you know, like poor white trash. Just yuck. So hopefully she'll stay, you know, back there. But, you know, it would do a world of good for both countries if he comes, you know, and Trump, you know, gives him a lot of respect and props back and forth like we did when we went there, you know. Because we don't need to lose the relationship, but I don't disagree the fact that we can't have this one, you know, this bullshit going on. So, but I find her kind of disgusting. I do. I find her disgusting. I think she just, I've watched a lot of video footage, and I've never heard her really speak, I guess, but I've seen her walk and turn and look at people, and you just get this image that she's gross. Yeah, I don't consider her to be, she's not a monarch. I agree. And I know they have a special title for her. Queen consort or something like that versus being a regular queen. I don't know how people in England feel about her, but I find her to be white trash. What I would consider ghetto trash, just white, nasty trash. By just watching her behave and interact with people, she doesn't seem to have any grace or dignity. So I think the next queen, Kate, or whatever her name is, and, you know, the redheaded boy, or whatever they're going to do fine as king and queen. And they're going to be king and queen for a very long time. He's young. You know, what is he, 40 years old now? His dad's not going to live in 10 more years. So, but if they come over here and everything calms down, then it'll be all right. Because we'd like to go to Europe one of these days, but, you know, if America doesn't like Europe and Europe doesn't like America, then there's no reason to go. We don't want any drama anywhere. Rather spend our money doing other things. Like going on cruises or paying for Lily's dental bill. They're right, Lily. Lily's like, you're damn right you're paying for my medical bills. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But we're going to be in the Philippines next year. I hope gas is back down to normal. I am a little worried about the world energy because everything, you know, because we want to go on we're thinking about, we spent a lot of money we don't have. So we are thinking about taking a trip this year, September, October. But right now, the energy issue is definitely causing prices and international travel to go up. You know, fuel costs is going up for jetliners, for cruise ships, and for cargo, so it should affect, but Lorelei was telling me the other day that their people are still finding really good prices on tickets to the Philippines and back, so it can't be doing too bad, right? Yeah? What do you think? We'll go in? Is it time to go inside? Yeah? All right. Well, let's see if we can walk inside without killing ourselves. All right. I got my arms full. adjusted here. And I got everything tied up. I did a flight search from Buffalo, New York. Ooh. Why so much? Is that, are you flying first class? That sounds like a first class ticket time. Trying to find my little light switch. There it is. That's pretty pricey. I'll Google that. Let's see. Yeah, business class. So that's first class. Business class. And I would think on that airline, you know, $5,300 on that airline is probably not that bad of a deal. You know, yeah, that's a lot of money. But, you know, business class on Couture Air is probably not that bad. Yeah, business class, wow. And they're one of the better airlines from what I understand. I know Lorelai was telling me last night, she was reading up about our tickets that they are going to, she was looking at Korean Air. Most of the stuff we were looking at was Korean Air, but not business class. Let me see. I'm just going to check real quick. Let me push out our trip. I'm going to say we leave then and come back there. Pick some random dates. I just picked some random dates. From where we are to Cebu. Let's see what we get. Well, business class, Vancouver is on Canadian Air about the same. All right. There's drama going on with Canadian Air, right? Or am I wrong? I think you were telling me, or somebody was telling me that there's some kind of drama with Canadian Air. So we go from, we are in Arkansas Round trip per traveler, 2 stops. Looks like Dallas, Hong Kong is $1,700. 1 millionth subscriber, my views. How are you, buddy? How are you today? So we're looking at 1,600 going to Hong Kong. Yeah, ours are all around 1,600 to 1,800. You're doing good, my friend? All right. We're checking airline prices. The funny thing is, only 2 stops is cheaper than 3 stops. Here's one to go that goes to Icheon. That's 2,200. We go from here to Atlanta to Icheon. That's 2,200. My view of the world is yes. I hopefully my reward points can get me business class one day. Yeah, I will never have enough reward points because we spend them on other things. But I know what you mean. Mesa Airlines? All right. I'm looking, I gotta find the shortest flight. What's the shortest flight? And we left on, okay, so that's Wednesday. If I pick Tuesday, oh, that's more. I'm looking for the cheapest day. Sunday, 17, 17, 16. Thursdays are expensive for some reason. Tim saying hello to you, my friend. So our 2 shortest flights are 25 and 27 hours. 25 and a half and 26 and a half. What I always find interesting about this is like these 2 flights for interest and we fly from XNA, which is Fayetteville, Arkansas, to Dallas, Texas, to Hong Kong, to Cebu. 25 and a half hours. The exact same flight leaves an hour before that, or 2 hours right before that. Takes 26, almost 27 hours. So, how can how can the same flight take multiple times? Oh, we're just farting around. This year we just spent $5,000 that we didn't intend to on emergency stuff. So I don't know. We were planning on taking a cruise this year in September, October, but we got to go to the Philippines next year because we need to deal with some land issues, and I want Lorelai to be there in person because one, I don't trust people in the Philippines. So I've told her, I said, you got to go there in person. And then, but I told her, I said, now look, I don't want to go to the Philippines for 30 days. I don't want to go there for a month. Going there for a week or 2 is too quick of a turnaround. But I get bored easily in the Philippines because there's nothing to do once you've been there, done that. So I told her our plan is to go to the Philippines, maybe spend 2 weeks visiting family and friends, hanging out, and then going to Hong Kong for like 10 days or something, and then flying back to America from Hong Kong. But this year's trip, if we take any trip this year, we're going to probably go to Miami, Florida airport. Yeah, ain't going to happen. Business class is not going to happen in my lifetime. There's just no money. Just no money, man. I wonder what the code for Singapore is. There it is. Singapore to I told my wife she's got to figure all of this out. When we finally get to that point, she's the one that books the airline tickets. I will just go for the ride. But now I'm just checking to see what it's going to cost us roughly to fly from Singapore to America. In the Philippines, no, what we'll probably do is just go to Cebu, hang out there, take care of business, visit friends, stuff like that. We'll bounce around Cebu, but no, we're not going to jump around the Philippine Islands. We will just go from there to Singapore. And then we thought about going to a couple different places, like over to Tibet and some other places. My wife was coming up with her cousin. But I told him, I said, look, you guys got to realize, even though you guys are young, I'm not so agile. So I would love to go to Tibet and look at, all the great mountains and the Sherpas. But look, we got to be realistic about what I can and cannot do. So right now, I think the thought is more, since there's so much to do in Singapore, just hang out in Singapore. And her cousins lived there for a very long time. So he knows that region. And we can just do that region. I think would be good. I don't do economy class because of my back. I don't do business class because of my wallet. If we can afford economy plus, we try to do that, depending on how much it is. So, and Lorelai, she knows which seats in the plane that works best for us. And she tries really hard to book those seats. But economy is a bitch, but it's also the wallet. But now I'm a little disturbed because from Singapore to my home airport is $2,100. Man, she's going to have to do some tripping on the airlines. I don't know. And one thing I told her last night, and I don't know, and here's the question. I said, now what is the plan? Are we going to pretend like we were going to go to the Philippines for 30 days, fly to Cebu, hang out for the 2 weeks, then jump over to Singapore, hang out, and come back to Cebu and fly back to America? Or are we talking about flying directly to Singapore or directly to Cebu and then flying there and flying back? What is it that we are going to do? And then do we do a round trip flight that includes like Singapore, Philippines, back to America? I don't know. So I told my wife she's got to figure all that out. Oh, yeah. We have layovers. Tim doesn't take them very often, so we save up. Yeah, we treat ourselves. So, we would have went to Hong Kong. So we're in X&A, Arkansas. So we fly, what we do is, we jump over to Dallas or Atlanta, but we jump over to Dallas majority of the time. And then we fly into Incheon or Hong Kong and then into Cebu. So yes, no direct flights anymore. There used to be direct flights from Los Angeles to Cebu, but I don't see that anywhere anymore. So, and even from Singapore to X&A to our home has 2 stops. I guess one is in Hong Kong and one is in Dallas. So it looks like Hong Kong is a popular spot for us to hit. So yeah, we do that. I mean, back in the day, we were able to fly from Los Angeles straight to Cebu, which was really nice. But that's not happening anymore. When if we're going to fly to Miami to take a cruise out of Miami, we try really hard now to get a direct flight. The older I get, sometimes it's worth the extra $100 to fly directly to somewhere. But I also know sometimes, it's better to go through Jacksonville to Miami. From here to Jacksonville, and then you go to Miami or Charlotte. I think Charlotte is one of the places we've stopped when we've gone to Miami. That's why you do the travel agent and let them do the heavy thinking. My views is that depending on how you book, you can incorporate the Hong Kong into a multi-city trip and something. And yeah, and that's what I told my wife, that she has to look at all the options. And because part of what I was thinking originally was, and this is just me because I don't know any better, I was truly thinking in the beginning, we're going to fly to Cebu, right? And then while we're in Cebu, we may jump over to Singapore, because I remember those throwaway tickets to Singapore, Hong Kong, Thailand, that everybody was buying really weren't that expensive, right? So I was thinking, oh, maybe you can just pick up a cheap ticket to go to Singapore and back. And then we would fly back from the Philippines, just come back to Cebu, maybe spend the night, and grab our flight back to America. Yeah, so I don't know, you know what I mean? And maybe I should look at that. How much is a flight from Cebu to Singapore? So yeah, so that's where I was thinking. My mind was thinking, hey, those tickets always seem so cheap to do that wouldn't it make sense just to do that? But right now, it looks like nonstop from Singapore to Cebu is $400. $400. And that is round trip. That is a round trip ticket. $400 round trip. Non-stop. And that's on Cebu Pacific and or Singapore Airlines. So that's what I was thinking originally. You've never been to Cebu? You've never been to Cebu, but I've been to Spain. There's a UPS truck outside my house. So that's, was the logic. Okay, so do a round trip home to Cebu, then a round trip from Cebu to yeah. That's what I was thinking would be the most cost effective, but then I don't know. And that's what I told the wife over the weekend. Look, you got to figure this out as we get closer. You and your cousin can discuss it, because I literally will just go along for the ride. And maybe we'll just do 10 days in the Philippines and 10 days there. I don't know. Or 10, I don't know what we're going to do. But I think 2 weeks for us for a vacation in the Philippines, since, we don't have that many friends and family there and we've been there, done that. I think that's plenty of time to land, rest up for a good day, and then go do what we need to do, go sightsee, hang out, and just have a good time. Yeah, Tim, I know that. And that's one thing I know for sure. And this is where I was thinking that if we fly from Cebu to Singapore and Singapore back, we better make sure we're back in Cebu a day or two before we have to catch our flight out of Cebu back to America. So that's one thing I'm very cognitive of. And that's where I told Lorelai, but like AJ is talking about, but if we booked from here to Singapore, Singapore to Cebu, and Cebu back home, or reverse that, you know, Tim's asking you my views if you travel a lot. He does. So that's where I'm like, with knowing how some of these airlines do in that part of the country, I think you got to give yourself a buffer. It's not like you can give yourself 3 hours at an airport like in America, well, and then catch your flight and get out. You know your plane's going to be leaving in 3 or 4 hours. You have a layover for 4 or 5 hours and you're good, right? But in the Philippines, you might have to worry about that a little bit. But what do I know, right? Vikings back in the house. He's not naked or anything, which is good. Well, yeah, you're going to fly 15 hours. Actually, it's a good 24 hours, the whole trip. It's to spend 10 days, yes, in the Philippines. Fly somewhere else, which is a 4-hour flight from what I understand. From the Philippines to Singapore is 4 hours. Spend a good 10 days there, turn around, and either fly the 4 hours back and then the 15 hours, right. And I agree. It's going to be very stressful, but that's where I just kind of go, as long as my wife has it all figured out and all I got to do is just follow the leading duck, I'm all right with it. I won't stress too much, which is not true. I will stress a lot because I'm always worried about being late. And then, of course, I still have the problem that I still want to understand everything. Even if I'm being a follower, I still want to know everything. Yes, I know. Travel a few times a year. Vikings says, I've been here all the time, man. I've been here all the time. You got to cut me a break, man, you damn American. Just not typing too much. Woo! Just got the Venture X card for the lounge access. Outstanding. That's nice. That's what we need too. I don't know if the card, I think we have a card that does something like that too. Is that the American Express one? I think we have an American Express one that does something like that, gives us whatever. Yeah, and that's what you normally do. When guys are going to go visit the Philippines, you usually spend a day to get to the Philippines. You spend 27, 28 days there. You catch a flight back for another day, right? So you take 2 days off, 1 day travel, 1 day rest. That's 4 days total of your 28 days. So you're down to 24 days, which is about 3 weeks, to hang out in the Philippines, And I know it's a big hassle, but I told Lorelai, I said, for me, I don't know what we would do for 3 weeks in the Philippines. So if we can say hi and have a big party and hang out with everybody and in 2 weeks and then spend the last week in Singapore? Okay. Tim says, I don't even have a credit card. MJ says, it is a Capital One. All right. I know that we have an American, we don't use our cards very much. When I do use them, I pay them off. So, we never go that route. It's like the mobility scooter I just bought for $3,000. By using it, I get $250 back, and I'm just going to turn around and pay it off because I saved up the money. But I get $250 back for using this particular card, and I get 3% on top of that of what it's, 3% of $3,000 also. So that's how I do that. That's about the same hours I use from my home to end up in Pattaya, Thailand. See? Yeah. Yeah. I know it is. And the older I get, the less I like to do this. I got to admit. The older I get, I'm starting to really think about, I would travel every day if I could. I love to travel. So I'm really torn because I'm at that stage in my life where my health is sucky, but I love to travel. So it's kind of like, I know it's going to be painful. It's very painful for me to travel. I'm going to be wore out, I'm going to be exhausted, and I'm going to be in pain. But man, do I really love to travel. Viking, that's his maximum time that he can travel, Tim says. I guess I can just travel. I don't care what I do I'm really good at, I'm in so much pain, but I don't like the Philippine flight. I get it. That one way 15 hours is a bitch and strange. So it's kind of like this year we were thinking about going to Europe and taking a European cruise. I don't know if I feel up to flying across the pond and going through all of that and the immigration, getting from the airport to our cruise ship versus just flying to Miami and catching a cruise ship out of the port of Miami, which is a direct drive, boom, 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 boom. It's easier. So Lorelai's not excited about a Miami cruise, but I think it's less work. The card has paid me for itself already with $3.95 annual fee, gave me 300 travel credit, and paid for my global entry. Nice, nice. That's good. That's good. Now the key is watch out for that annual fee year after year. 15 hours on a plane without smoking is tough. Arthritis, economy class, I can't almost move. Going out of the plane, I know, that's why I am. I don't smoke, so that doesn't bother me. But being stiff and hurting and sitting and not being able to really get up and move around. And there has been times where when we've traveled long distance, like to the Philippines, Lorelai and I booked 3 seats. We got a good deal, and so maybe we bought a row of 3. And that gave us plenty of room to roll around, move around, get up and move around somewhat. But you got to pay the extra money to do it. You got to pay the extra $1,200, $1,500 to have a 3rd seat that belongs to you. Pac doesn't need a fidget spinner. He has his fingernail clippers. That's right, man. No fidget spinner needed here, by God. So I can, same as me, at least I can smoke at Ichon. Oh yeah, they got a smoking area at Ichon. And that's kind of the cool thing for me. I enjoy seeing airports. I know this may be a strange thing, but I like airports. I think airports are cool. I don't know why, but I kind of think airports are pretty damn cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of like casinos. I think casinos are very interesting in their layouts and the dynamics and the shopping. Airports are the same way, how the people move, the traffic, the flow, the drama. I find it very interesting, airports. 300 annual travel credit each year. Nice, okay. Got to try to show something. I don't know what he's trying to show. That doesn't make any sense, but thank you for being here. Got to. Thank you for the thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Maybe you can become the 1 millionth subscriber. Airports are cool because it shows human development. Well, it does, but it also shows how greedy people are, how tired people are, how strange people are. It shows so many different things, you know. Everybody's looking for a good deal at an airport, but there is no good deals at an airport. My wife is in the house. Everybody say hello to Lorelai. How is Lily's fine? She's fine as wine. She hasn't. I laid down with her for a little bit and let her rest when we got home. You know, I took her in the bedroom, got her on the bed, and just let her lay down for a while. But she's fine. She ate food. She's gone outside. She hasn't had diarrhea. She's doing fine. She's over there now. Thank you all for saying hello to Mrs. Pack. I was telling them all that we had to spend $750 on Lily today. And so this month we've dropped like $5,000 like that. So the month is, or last month, we dropped $5,000 and we got more to go. Between the scooter, the vet bills, the plumber, insurance. Hiya, Tim from Lorelei. Hello, wife, my views. Viking says hello, Mrs. Pack. Mrs. Pack worked that overtime. Lorelei had to be late for work today because we got tied up at the vet. So we couldn't get out of there. They kept talking to us. They sent us a bunch of cool videos I'm going to show you later. But they did. So, yeah, she needs the antibiotic. We're going to give her the antibiotic tonight, right? So yes, but the other pain medicine I'll give her in the morning unless she seems to need it. Yeah, the pain medicine's the next day. The antibiotic is tonight. Guy 2 says, I think the airport's for the same reason. I like malls. Malls are essentially a kind of shopping street, but in walls and roof. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like people. I gotta admit, I don't want people touching me and crowding me. But I think the fluid dynamics of big places are interesting. But airports fascinate me more than malls, you know. Malls worry me. Because if my wife is with me at the mall, my wallet will be empty. At the airport, she doesn't buy anything. All right, Lorelei, we appreciate you. All right. Take care, Mrs. Pack. Everybody say goodbye to Lorelei. Yeah, she's just worried about our doggy Lily. But Lily's doing good. She's fine. She's just being a dog. And of course, when you go to a new airport, you never know what you're going to see because they're laid out. And I think America has shitty airports. You know, I haven't traveled the world as much as I would like, but every airport I've been to that's not American seems really cool. I don't know. They are a greedy place, a horrible greedy place. Opportunity, yeah, I agree. Take care, yes, thank you, MJ. Don't buy anything you don't want to buy things at airports. You buy a $2 egg sandwich that costs you $17 at an airport. So you don't want to buy anything. And we've traveled enough that we've had to eat at airports, which is horrible. But, you know, how airports are laid out, the escalators, the people, you know, it's just fascinating. How they have one of those stupid, in America at least, they have one of those stupid Cinnabon stores everywhere in airports. I mean, how many Cinnabon stores do you need in an airport? Then the duty-free shops. It's kind of like the same thing, though, when we get off of a cruise ship. At a port where a cruise ship lands, it's like a big outdoor mall. Well, it is a big outdoor mall. Guy 2 says, I really want to see an American airports. In Brazil, airports are not very big, and they have not much to do, kind of boring place to be. But what you really want to see is an airport like in Incheon, Korea, or Singapore, or Hong Kong, one of those places. The Asian airports are what you really want to see. American airports are kind of boring. They're big, overcrowded, and chaotic, but they're not cool. We don't have cool airports. In the Asian world, they have really creative airports, I think. Pat says, I am here. I just finished dinner. What did you have for dinner, Pat? I am happy. We have one at SM Clark. Yes, that's right, my views. Yes. Like watching the parade of people going by. I agree. It's always fascinating to watch people walk in an airport because you know they're traveling. They're going somewhere. So where do they come from? What world, what country, what environment? You know, I mean, I think it's fascinating too. Unlike a mall, my local mall, we're all going to be about the same, right? But if you go to an international airport, you don't know what you're going to see. Korean is the quietest airport MJ's ever been to. Had hot dogs and chili dogs. Wow, Pat, how come you didn't give me any chili dogs? You know, chili dogs are one of my favorite things in the world. So Pat, I'm a little heartbroken. Chili dog, yes. I have a wiener dog that had her teeth removed, cost me $750. And that's where I wanted to discover Asia too, but it was still eyes on America. It's a country I would like to discover all. The best thing about America, if you're a traveler, is nature. The cities are okay, but if you really want to be impressed, American outdoors is outstanding. Other than that, Chili dog sounds good for today. Thanks, Pat. Yeah, I wish I had chili dog material. I would make them too. Maybe I'll buy some this weekend. I don't have any chili dog stuff. Tim says, I saw a video of Dubai and you can buy a Rolls ride in the business class lounge pickup at London. Holy shit. Well, some of us, and then some of us not, like me, don't have the money to buy a double R. You know, some of you retired military guys like AJ would probably go to the airport and buy 2 or 3 of them double R's. But me, I couldn't even buy the horn or the hood ornament. Yes, Pat says. The Northwest has outstanding outdoors. I mean, anything from the, I mean, oh my God. I mean, the Grand Canyon. I mean, just, it's unbelievable. America, nature-wise, is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Have you ever played Red Dead Redemption? It's a Wild West game. It makes me want to go to America. I have not, never heard of it. But America out west is really cool. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful. Depending on what you're looking. Castleberry chili dog sauce is good. Ooh, I can't even afford the Hot Wheels. See, you're in my boat, man. You're in my boat. I can't afford a Hot Wheel either. You know, we just, like I said, dropped $5,000 in the last 2 weeks, the last 10 days, last 7 days. I can't buy anything more than a muffin and a juice. Yeah, and a muffin at an airport is going to cost you $100. So don't get the juice, skimp, you know. But now America's a beautiful place. It's a friendly place. You got to have some money, though. You can't visit and travel America unless you got money. And that's the honest truth. You cannot do America on the cheap. It's not possible. But, you know, that's why we like cruise ships, you know. You're going to save up for your trip to Canada? Nice. I'd really like to go on a cruise later this year. What you said about nature is something I heard about. From what I studied about America, it's truly 50 countries in one question of nature. But people say cities all, yeah. Cities are pretty much the same. Towns are different. But the large cities like Dallas, Chicago, Miami, well, Miami has a Latin flavor to it. New York, you know, they are different, but they're very similar, absolutely. But everything from Florida to New York to New England to Washington State and Seattle, down to San Francisco and Los Angeles, everything in between is always a different environment. Everything's different. And America, whether people want to admit this, has some of the most beautiful beaches there is. We have great beaches in Florida. We have some very great beaches in the great Northwest. Oregon, Washington coastline, beautiful. I believe when you go to like, you know, because we've been to Aruba, Curacao, the Bahamas, Mexico, God, I can't remember everywhere else. The DR, all of those places are pretty much, the Philippines, it's all pretty much the same. Hey man says, I'm going to ask you a riddle. If your wallet is in the room and there's only a black person and a Jew in that room, apparently you would steal it. I don't think any of them would steal my money. Maybe you would steal it, but I know Jewish people, I know black people, I trust them undoubtedly. I have no problem. Nobody would steal my money. I'm sad that you think people like that steal money. That makes me feel bad for you when you immediately think of, you know, people like that stealing your money. Being a Latino, Florida is really somewhere that attracts me. California, well, California sucks. I'm going to just say this. The only state that I think is disgusting, and it's because of the way it's ran and the people, is California. Would I go to New York City? No. Would I go to Chicago? Been there, done that. Love Florida. I love the American Gulf, the Gulf of America. Let's see. Yes, I'm very serious. I'm ashamed of you. I'm very ashamed of you. Looks like I might be going to Tokyo. I'd love to go to Tokyo. September to what? I would love to do that. Oh my goodness gracious, my views. That would be a, man, that would be a badass trip for me. Yeah, and right, Tim. Tim is right. California doesn't have good Latino food. It does not. And Texas has what we call Tex-Mex. So it's an Americanized version of Latin food. Miami, on the other hand, has true Latin food in it, Cuban food. They have places in Miami that has real Cuban, Latin-inspired foods, not Tex-Mex. But California doesn't have even good Tex-Mex. But I'm partial to Florida. I wish I could afford to live there. I'm still e-begging for somebody to help me buy my wife a house. If anybody wants to donate to me so I can buy my wife a house, I would greatly appreciate it. Hey, and remember, while I got you all here, Friday, 2 days from now, we're doing a virtual baby shower right here for an unbothered avocado, Miss Avocado. She's having a baby. This is her first baby shower ever in the history of her life. So we're giving her a virtual baby shower right here, right now. My view says, here's the schedule for this year and next. Nice. I can't go, but cool. And remember, my views, anybody, if you're blue, you can drop a link to your videos. I encourage you guys all to go check each other out and all that good stuff. Well, yeah, if you bring them back on the plane, it's going to cost you some money. I saw where the sumo wrestler who starred on Hawaii Five-0 died a few years ago. I can't remember his name. But yeah, you know, there's a couple of really good documentaries I've watched about sumo wrestling. It's pretty fascinating. I get the sport itself is very interesting, how they do it. But what's interesting is the lifestyle that they have to live to become a sumo wrestler. And then you work your way up the ranks to become a grand master or grand sumo or whatever it is. So, yeah. But you don't want to take them out to dinner either. you know, you're going to go broke. You're going to go broke if you take a sumo wrestler out to dinner. But it is cool. There's the latest videos from My Views, Your World. You guys check that out. And some good video work. He's doing good. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be the next Philippine vlogger that hits 50 and 100,000 subscribers. So he keep doing what he's doing. You give him a little bit, he's going to be up there. And remember, whoever becomes the 1 millionth subscriber to my channel gets a very, very special prize. Yeah. And remember, you can also receive a great honor by giving me enough money to buy my wife a house. You'll become my favorite person in the world. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, anybody that has any money to spare. If you give me enough money to buy my wife a house, you will now become my favorite person in the world. Coffee cup. You know, so, but it's all right. You know. I got to work on my YouTube channel some more. I got to work on my channel some more. I'm just telling you. I don't think I'll ever get to 10K. It's going to be hard for me to get there. I'm trying to get to 1 million views. My goal is this. I would like to get to 10,000 subs. I'd like to get to 100,000. I know since Lorelai doesn't run around showing her tits, it's going to be really hard. So, and, you know, and I don't expose other girls on my channel. I know it's going to be really, really hard for us to continue to grow. So my goal for this year, and I'm at about 850,000 views, is to try to get to 1 million views this year. Lives are great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wish everybody thought that. I try to keep them lighthearted, you know. Sometimes we get off in ditches. And I know people get bored of me because I tell the same thing over and over. Do good, be good. You know, don't screw with people, leave them alone. But it is who I am. So, but I do have some cool videos I need to work on. I got some more videos I'm making about life, living with a Filipina. I got those coming out. I got some product videos coming out. I got a dog video where they remove the teeth, you know, the dentist video. I got that today. I'm going to put that together and try to get that out. So we do, and we got Lorelai got a brand new cookware set. We're going to do a video about that because I'm trying to find anything to do a video on that might catch on. So, and but we're happy to help everybody grow if that's what they want. I truly believe YouTube is hard, but I am in it for the long haul. I've lowered my expectations. You know, I don't really make any money. Would I like to? Yeah. You know, would I like to make a couple $100 a month? Absolutely. Would I like to make $10,000 a month? Absolutely. But I don't know how to get there being in my genre. Yeah, well, I got some videos of Lily already doing different things. And Tim, I got some of my dog Daisy who passed away also that I need to go back and find them and just upload them. I got a bunch of video of the dogs and I've been taking more of Lily, but you're right, watching her chase birds. I'm going to make a short out of her dental work. I am. I'm hoping that will go viral where they open her mouth. You can see these videos. They stick these metal things through her teeth and go, oh my God, how bad is this? You know, I mean, I'm hoping that could be something people really like. I think my problem is I suck at titling. I don't know how to title things very well. But maybe on the one with her teeth, I won't give it a name at all. I'll just leave it blank. And then try to get a thumbnail of an up close of her, you know. But yeah, Lily's a good one. And granted, you know, I do know this. If we did get another puppy, which we think about off and on, I would do a short video of her every day. And I know that would catch on. But I don't want to get another dog just for that reason. Because I'm still not quite for sure if we should have another dog or not. Lily's 9 years old. She's going to pass away in a few years, more than likely, maybe 5 years. I'm pushing old age. I mean, I debate. Look, if I don't get to travel anymore and my life sucks and all I can do is go fishing some, like out at a fishing pier, and we're not going to travel internationally and do all these other big trips, then maybe getting another dog is okay to keep me company. But you got to remember when you travel and you have dogs, they cost. You got to have somebody babysit them. It's a headache. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, using the trending music, yes, and I've done some with AI on the app where you can make it like a documentary sound. You can add music and things like that. So I've done some of that. But YouTube is strange because sometimes I've done a test. It's really weird. You never know what YouTube is going to push out. Sometimes you get a 10,000 views on something, and then another time you throw out something extremely similar, in the same genre, and you get 100. I don't know. 3:35 a.m. We'll see if I can hit the pillow. Can't be that hard. Take care, Viking. We appreciate you, my friend. Get some rest. Let us know if you need us to solve your problems of the world. Remember, come back and join us Friday night for Jamie's Miss Avocado's birthday or baby shower. So I think she's really excited. So I'm hoping everybody will come and join us and say happy baby birth and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. But it is hard. It is hard. One thing I'm doing now, I have a group on on Facebook, our Filipino American couple page, and I'm starting to upload some reels to that. I'm trying to grow that also by adding some of the reels I do on YouTube, the same videos, to Facebook reels in hopes of cross-pollination. Thank you, Tim, and same to you, Pack. I sure will be here Friday. Thank you for that. I know Jamie's looking forward to it, so I'm hoping people will join us for that. And so I know she's looking forward to it. So thanks, buddy. Get some rest. Hopefully Anthony will come in. I don't know. I sent him a message, letting him know it was in. I told Dennis, but Dennis has been traveling a lot. I talked to Dennis the other day. I know Pat's going to be there and Tim's going to be there and others, AJ. But Dennis has been doing a lot of work and traveling. I talked to him on the phone the other day. Miss Bai was here earlier, but I guess she only came in and said hi because I was asking her if she heard from HTN, Henry, because I haven't heard from Henry in well over a month. I don't know if he's just avoiding the internet or if he got into with HTM and doesn't want anybody to know their business. I don't know what happened there. But I asked her if she's seen him and she didn't ever respond. So she's not live very much anymore. So I try to keep up where people go. Let's see. And we're going to have cake Friday night. I'm going to go Friday and get a cake. So we will have cake for everybody. Tina Marie was here today. That was nice of her. Do It Like Desi has a good cooking channel. You guys all like her. She's good. David's here. He does the religious stuff on his channel. If you don't know David, I'm going back through up here. Pamela was here. It's weird how we see a lot of people and then we don't see a lot of people, and life gets in the way, and that's okay. Because life gets in the way for me too. I get tired, wore out. Bai has changed her name again. So that's what she's done. So she's doing some dancing on her channel, I guess. Pack loads of tons of shorts and set up a premiere every 4 days. Then YT can promote them. So you think you gotta, okay, preload the shorts, and then premiere it every 4 days. Can you premiere a short? I think you can premiere a short. You can schedule it, so you should be able to premiere it. You know, Tim, I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to start doing that, Tim. I am, because I don't do that. So maybe I'm better doing the shorts and then setting it up to premiere every 4 days or something. So you might be onto something there, Tim. It can't hurt, right? It definitely can't hurt me to do it. So I got a note of that. And I got a couple of shorts to make. I'm looking at something here. Give me a second. Yeah, I might spend some time tomorrow doing some video work. Is what I need to do, I guess. Crap. Let me get caught up here, sorry. There we go. My view says I need to do some video work today and tomorrow. I do too. You know, I just kind of got to get in the mood where I come in and I'm able to just kind of. And so tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'll do that. I think tomorrow I'm not going to go live. I'm going to go live Friday night for Jamie's thing, her baby shower. So I think tomorrow I'm going to work on some editing and some finished products. So. And I got the videos of Lily. I want to put that together, and put a short of them, you know, looking at Lily's mouth, you know. So, all right, Tim. And then I need to do some other work on my series called Living with a Filipina. I need to do some work on those. I got some product review stuff that I got that is just sitting there. You know, those aren't my favorite thing to do, but it kind of just gives you a filler. So I need to work on those. But, you know. Now, my views, AJ, are you coming back? You said you were coming back to America, right, this year? Well, if you're in the area when you come back to the United States, let me know, man. Yeah, oh, in May, that's right. You said pretty quick, yeah. I know you're not going to be really right here where I'm at, but if you are, let me know, man. Or if you're relatively close, let me know. Ohio, I'm in Arkansas, you know. So, there you go. Maybe you'll get some time to come further south. But yeah, we can hook up if, you know. Pat's in Ohio. No, he's in Indiana. Sorry, I get Ohio and Indiana confused because they kind of are in the middle of nowhere, you know, so to speak. But, you know, collaborating with other vloggers is cool. If you get the chance to do it, I think it's a cool thing to do. We don't have anybody around us, you know, to do that with very much, and we don't seem to run into people. It is kind of weird, though, and you will get to this point, I'm sure, when you start running into people that know you. My views, right? Because that's happened to us. We've been in elevators and people say, hey, I know you. I'm like, oh, shit. So I can go to Mexico with you, going to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. My wife would kill me. The closets I be is so Dallas for the interview. Closest to Dallas is 5 hours, yeah. My wife would kill me. I've got invitations to go with Jimmy and a few others on trips. And I've had to go to casinos and hang out and go on, you know. My wife would kill me. She would murder me in my sleep. No, not even in my sleep. She would just murder me. You know, she would kill me. That's too bad. Maybe one of these years, you know, or maybe when we fly to the Philippines next year, you'll be there. You never know, all right? So, but it is kind of weird. You know, we've been in many places, Philippines and the United States, not in our hometown. A lot of people in our hometown knows us, our region here, and they watch our stuff. But it's kind of weird when you're somewhere else, like Dallas, Texas, and somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you know, I love your channel. I'm like, hey, give me money. No. Been almost 5 years since I've been to Mexico, Playa del Carmen. Is it all good there? I mean, is all the, you know, it's a very tourist area, I know. Gonna be in the Philippines. Dennis is in the house. Oh my God, Dennis, never. Unless you buy it for her. No, I don't know, Dennis. We just dropped $5,000 this month alone. So we spent $750 today on Lily, our dog. You know, we had the flood in the house. I had to spend $1,000 on plumbing. And then we spent $3,000 on a new mobility scooter because mine gave out. So my God, Dennis, I hope she never wants another one. Come on, don't encourage her, Dennis. Dennis, thank you for being here. Remember, we're going to be doing the baby shower for Jamie, Unbothered Avocado, Friday night. So in 2 days, Friday night this time. See you when you get here. Yeah, hopefully, you know. It's good tours here. Dennis has been a lot of times there. Well, you should run for a damn Kleenex. Holy shit, Dennis, $750 for my dog Lily today. And I gave him cash because they discounted it at $350 and I didn't have to pay the 3% to use the damn card. Because if you use a card in America, you get charged 3%. So you better get some Kleenex going, buddy. You should feel sorry for us. And you didn't see the videos about the water leak we had that damaged our house? flooded our bedroom, our master bathroom, destroyed the cabinets and the walls. Now we're living in a construction zone, and I can't get the insurance company to give the rebuild company the okay to come back and finish. So I got bare walls and no bathroom. Come on, somebody's got to feel bad for me. Somebody should feel bad for me. I would hope. Man, somebody should. Come on, somebody feel bad for me. Have empathy for me. I mean, I tell you what's funny though, and we all know this to be true. Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. If I was a good-looking chick with big boobs and I was complaining about this on the internet, like right now, those super chats would be a ringing, right? All the weirdo guys coming out of the closets or the mama's basements. If I had big boobs and was a chick, I'm telling you. Yeah, but since I'm an old, fat, ugly guy, nada. Nobody has sympathy or empathy for me. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, well, I live in the first world, Dennis. Come on now. I live in the first world. That's where the problems are. We don't have any problems in the third world because I'm not there. If I was living there, I would have problems there. Come on now. You got to have empathy. You'll see when I put out the little video, I'm going to do a short about Lily and what they did to her face, her mouth. You know, $750. But my dentist likes us. I'm sorry, my vet likes us because he's took care of the dogs since they were puppies. And he's made a shitload of money off of us. So he better give us the family and friends discount. You know? Oh, man. I can't get Dennis to feel sorry for me. He's from Canada. The Canadians feel sorry for everybody. Don't they? Everybody but America? Now my feelings are hurt. My feelings are hurt. Watching a lot of Cebu, YT, oh my God, crazy. Average salary is $10 USA per $10 per month. What? You're talking about $10 a day? I know it's not $10 per month. Dennis, hello to you, Dennis. Good to see you. Oh, Cuba. Sorry, Dennis. I got Cebu on the brain. Sorry. That I believe. $10 a month in Cuba. But Cuba's going to become America's play place per month. You know, here, give it by the end of the year. We're going to own Cuba like we own Canada. Cuba is going to, you know, what's really sad is Cuba's a great place, I think. It would be just a wonderful vacation spot for Americans. I like Cuban food. All the Cubans I've ever met have been wonderful people. From what I can tell, if you clean it up a little bit, give it some electricity, you know, give people jobs, you know, they can make a wage. I think the tourist industry could boom in Cuba. I really do. So, it'd be cool. Dennis says, hello to you, Tim, and everybody else in the house. I'm showing some, look, I just realized I'm showing some cleavage, Dennis. How you like that? So, but I think by the end of the year, you know, the Cuban government will fall and America will go in and try to prop them up to become a democracy and maybe become one of our territories down the road. I could see that happening. What did you think I was getting Kleenex for? Oh, man, Dennis. Dennis, you like the Cuban women? Is that what you're getting the Kleenex for? President Trump is addressing the nation currently, I guess. I think it's live, real live, not replayed live. I think he's saying that once with the war in Iran is over, we're going to Canada. It feels like 91 at 10 a.m. with air quality 54. So that's good air quality. Yeah, Dennis, just so you know, apparently we're coming for you. We're going to come take you over in Canada, man. Nothing. Nothing. I don't know what that was. I think it must have been diversion or misdirection while he was doing something else, because nothing's really changed. And from what I understand in Greenland's situation, from what it sounds like, he just got them to agree to let us do what we were doing, but do more of it, which they would have done anyway. So I think he basically just, maybe a bully pulpit, got out there and wanted to say, look, we'll do what, I don't know what he did. I don't know what his long-term strategy. I'm now starting to think maybe it was a misdirection. Some countries can't handle being a democracy. I agree, and I don't know if Cuba can or not, right? But seeing that Cuba is so close to us, wouldn't it be really nice if it was like Puerto Rico or the Bahamas, which isn't ours, but Bahamas, or something like that? Wouldn't that be really cool if they could turn Cuba into a world-friendly place where people could go and hang out and smoke cigars and eat Cuban sandwiches? So Cuban women are hot. Dennis says he likes the dancing. So I know back in the 1940s and the 50s, before Cuba fell to the Soviet Union, so to speak, the Communist Party, Americans were already planning on building casinos and hotels there. And they were investing a lot of money into Cuba because they could make a lot of money. But I know that ended, so. So I would look forward to see what Cuba does. I would agree. I don't know, to be honest, if there's any true democracy anywhere, anymore, or ever, because everything is heavily influenced by those who has the dollar. So a true democracy is not manipulated by the almighty dollar, right? But so I'm more of that. I don't really necessarily believe there's a true democracy. There's countries that point blankly say, we're not, and here's what we're going to do. But there's countries that say we are, but are they really? Schedule, yeah, he's live now. I got him in the earbud. He's not, right now, he's not really saying anything new. It's the same stuff. He's talking about the people that were killed, but he hasn't got to his point yet of what his speech is about, I guess. That's one of the things I don't like. I like Donald Trump. The one thing I don't like is he rambles on too damn much. Get to the point. Yeah, In a way, I think there's some resemblance. I would agree. Yeah. There's Ozzy. How are you? Good evening, my friend. How you been, buddy? What's going on in the great northeast? How are you? What have you been up to? We haven't seen you in a little bit. Good to see you, my friend. Everybody say hello to Ozzy. Ozzy, remember to come back Friday night. We're doing a big baby shower virtually. We need everybody to come in to say happy baby to Jamie. So thank you for being here. Everybody say hello to Ozzy. I hate campaigns or taxpayer. I agree. I would agree. I agree. I agree. I don't like the fact that any tax dollars at all should go to any campaigns at all in any way, shape, or form. And I don't even think they should be allowed to advertise on TV. I don't. I think they shouldn't be allowed to advertise on TV. Ozzy's asking, how am I doing? Well, we're having a rough 10 days. You know, our house got flooded, water leak, bathroom, master bedroom's destroyed. I've already spent a chunk of money on the plumber, waiting for the insurance company to give the okay to get it refixed, to rebuild. I had to spend $750 a day on my dog, Lily, at the vet. We've dropped $3,000 on a new mobility scooter because mine, you know, is not doing okay. So we've had a very bad 10 days. But as Dennis says, wah, 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 wah. So, but I hope you're doing good, buddy. My view says hello to you. So, yeah, you know, $1,000 deductible on the insurance. I already paid that to the plumber. I'm doing a video about how the plumber scams. And I got a plumbing company and I got all the documents. I might do a short video about that here soon. I got to work on that tomorrow. And then Lily cost $750 today. She had an infection in her mouth, had some teeth coming out, had to have a shot of some kind. She had her anal glands cleaned out and something else and some other medicines and shit like that. So there you go. And then I bought a new travel mobility scooter, specially designed for airlines, cruise ships, and things of that nature. So I finally broke down and bought one. I said hello to you. Good to see you. Oh, Trump is going on telling everybody, look, you got to remember, we don't need that damn oil over there. If you want it, you know, why should we basically make it safe for you to get your oil? Tim says, when filing your tax return, is there a box to donate to political campaigns? Yes. I don't donate to them either, but yes, there's a box. And why would they put that there? That's wrong. I wonder how many people check yes, but yes, there is, and I don't do it. Ozzy says, hello to you, my views, your world. Jamie's in the house. We've been talking about you all night long, Jamie. Sorry, I just got Bruce to sleep. We'll contact you tomorrow. All right, I'll be around. I got we did the friend thingy, so we're connected there. So we're getting everybody excited about your baby shower on Friday at 7. And yep, I hope the doctor appointments tomorrow start. Ooh. All right, you just let me know. Yeah. Yep. So we've been talking about you, man. We've been shouting you out all day long. It'll be fun. I'm going to go get you a baby cake on Friday. I'm going to go get a little cake. Not a cake made a baby made it. You know, I'm not going to eat a baby. I'm going to go try to find a small cake that's maybe pink or something. Not a baby that's turned into a cake that, you know, that you eat the baby type thing. Not one of those. So, and I got a banner I'm going to hang up behind me somewhere. So, Jamie said hello to everybody. Everybody said hello to Unbothered Avocado or Miss Avocado. I wonder if we're going to get a stimulus check anytime soon. Does anybody know that that's real or fake? Has anybody heard? Are they actually going to give us some money? I could use some money. I paid $750 for my dog's teeth today. And I still need to buy my wife a house. So you guys need to go out there and find Mr. Beast or Elon Musk or somebody else that has money and tell him David needs a house for his wife. What he's talking about now is the fact that there is some discussions going on with Iran, but if it doesn't go well, he's going to obliviate Iran before he leaves. He's going to put him into the Stone Age, is what he's just saying. And he's asking somebody in Iran to step up to the plate and take over leadership so he doesn't have to do that. I don't watch parties on YT. You don't watch parties? You don't come to the baby shower? Wow. Ozzy said hello to you, Unbothered Avocado. Jamie, Ozzy's going to try to join us tomorrow, Friday night. I was just diagnosed with something yesterday, so I have to go, go on antibiotics as soon as I go into labor. They said it's a common thing, 1 to 4 women. Okay, well, that sucks. Jamie, that sucks. But if it's common, that's good. So you got to go on antibiotics when you go into labor versus giving after finish, I guess. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't have time to absorb into the baby yet if you're in labor, I would think. I don't think the antibiotics would bother the baby yet. I could be a doctor. I can Google anything. I could be a doctor. Jamie says, hello to you, Ozzy. Yes, it means I'm nervous though. All right. Well, I understand being nervous about it, but we got your back. Doctors got your back. You got an action plan, which is most important of anything. So that's the really good thing, is to have a plan and to follow the plan. And it sounds like you got a good one. Ozzy says, thank you there, Jamie. Yes, many prayers out to you, Jamie. Yeah, we do. We know that you're going to manage good. Manage the process well. I'm not speaking, Mira. Yes, I have a plan. And that's all you can do, Jamie, to be honest. In situations like this, all we can do, because, we all have health issues, right? Some of us have been dead and comas and bullshit. All you can do is have a plan and hope it works and be willing to deviate if necessary. I don't know, Tim. We need a new cola. I need 20%. But I don't know. But has anybody heard, are we really getting a stimulus? The other day I saw a big thing on the internet where it said that you can go check if you qualify for that rebate money or the stimulus money that Trump is going to be doing. But here's the problem, and here's my warning to all of you guys. If it says at the end of the email address .com, it's not official. It's a scam. Anything legit from the government is going to end in .gov. So we're starting to get a bunch of these things coming in going, hey, check to see if you're eligible to receive your whatever, .com. That's a scam. You got to go to the .gov. All right, my views, take care, my friend. Enjoy your day. Even if I get one, I won't get it. Yeah, and I understand that. But that helps with that. So one way or the other, it helps some way or another, right? So, and yeah. So Trump, yeah. So Jamie, you got to look at it as a positive anyway. So Trump was talking about NASA today, about the launch, congratulating them on their success to do that. I Googled my Simpsons once and it said I was already dead. Me too. All right, Ozzy, see you, Mike. I Googled my symptoms once and said I was already dead. I can relate to that, man. Let me give the heart for that because I can relate. Man, I can relate to that. You know, I've done similar. But Jamie, we hope that you just kind of keep it steady, even, that you don't upset yourself. I think one of the worst things, and I'm not an expert in babies, but I am an expert in everything else. I think, Jamie, the best thing is just to breathe deeply, take a step back, relax, don't get too stressed about things. Trust that everything's going to work out well, and do what you can do. Because one thing we've all learned the hard way is sometimes we can't do anything about anything. Pat says, hello to you, Jamie. Good to see you. Pat had chili dogs tonight, Jamie, and he did not give me any chili dogs. Just thought I'd throw that out there because Pat did not share his chili dogs. Pat says, I had a phone call come in from a very hot and sexy woman who wanted to marry me for my money. Well, Pat, that's okay. You know, we understand. Jamie said hello to you, Patrick. So that's good. Pat, sharing is caring. It is, right? I used to run a sharing and caring community Christmas program at my college. So me, the mean guy at the campus, put together this Christmas thing, blew people's mind. Ozzy likes that, Pat. Yes, Pat, welcome back. Welcome back, Carter. Welcome back, Patrick. There you go. Caring and sharing, community Christmas tree. Hello, Ozzy. Good to see you, brother. Yes. I've been looking for Jimmy. If you guys ever see Jimmy, I need to talk to Jimmy. Jimmy, if you're out there, I got something I want to share with you. I got a website that I really think you need if you don't already know about this. I'm going to show you guys one of these days this really cool website that's out there. Just because I think it's cool. I'll do a StreamYard thing in a week or two and show you this really cool website that I'm fascinated by, even though most people probably find it stupid. But I think it's cool technology and it's smart business. So I'm excited about it. I showed Lorelai the other day, she sat here, and I showed her what it was and how cool it was and how you could do this and that. And she just kind of went, yeah, you know, you could do that without that website. Yeah, but look, they did it for me. You know, Pat says, thank you, Tim. Thank you. You know, I'm excited. I don't know about what. I mean, we got Lily feeling better, hopefully. You know, so maybe show's better. We did get the plumbing fixed, so there's no more leak. Now we're just waiting for them to come back and rebuild. I did deal with the plumbing company who tried to rip me off. You know, I got the paperwork here, and I want to tell the story. I'm going to have to do a video or a live stream. Maybe we'll do a live stream about the plumber. Talking about how they try to hose me, scumbags. And but we're still waiting on the insurance company to tell this company that they can show up and start rebuilding our house. Tim says, Jamie, just relax. Follow your doctor's instructions. And most importantly, Tim says, always listen to PAC, the leader of the pack. Always listen to him. That's what Tim said. I didn't say that. Tim said it. Just saying. But you're right. All we got to do, you know, I am one of the worst at following doctors' instructions, because I think doctors are only practicing. They really don't know what they're doing because they're always practicing. But I am horrible at it, but I tell other people to follow their doctor. Follow what your doctor says. Very important to do. I don't do that because I think I'm smarter than the doctors, and I think the doctors are just out there to get money. So, and I like my doctor very, very well, but, you know, he works for a company that pays him to sell services. Thank you very much, Tim. Yes, I will. I still need to write instructions in case it's... Yes, absolutely, damn loops. Absolutely. You absolutely. You need to get prepared for the worst and plan for the best. Plan for the worst. Whatever that, what is that? Plan for the worst, hope for the best? I don't know. Whatever the hell that saying is. Hate to bail, but my sleepy pills are kicking in. Ozzy, we appreciate you. Good to see you, and thank you, buddy. We miss you. We're glad you're here. I got to laugh at your YouTube. I just got the notification on that started 2 hours. Yes. Ken, you know how YouTube is, man. I get notifications day later that I'm live myself. They send me notifications telling me that I'm live 2 days ago. Good to be here. Thank you for that, Ken. We appreciate it. We're looking forward for you on Friday. I know you're doing that. You're helping out on Friday night for Jamie's baby shower. I know you're working, spreading the word for Friday night. Hopefully we'll have a very unique experience on StreamYard. You know, it's going to be the first ever on the internet. We are trendsetters. We're going to do something that's never been done before. That sounds like the Smokey and the Bandit, right? Gonna do something that's never been done before. Smokey and the Bandit, by God. Hi, Ken. Hello, Ken. Ken likes it. Yes, Ken has been very amazing. That's because I taught Ken how to be amazing, Jamie. Before he was only so-so, but now he's amazing. Now, Big John's back in the house. Hello, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you too, John. How are you, man? What's going on in your world? I've been whining and complaining all night, you know, about my dog, about my house getting flooded, about having to buy a scooter, you know, about my wife bossing me around. But, you know, but I'm good. You know, eat more ice cream. Oh, I'm going to have ice cream tonight. I bought at Sam's Club one of those big boy ice cream sandwiches. You know what I mean? Box of those. Those good. I like those. I'm going to have me one of those tonight. Thank you very much, Ken says to you, Jamie. Yeah, Ken, I can't thank you enough. Big hugs. Hope that's okay. Yes. Yes, I was the second best live YouTuber ever. There you go. You know, it's better than the third. I got to pet my dog. Let me reach down here and pet her butt. She came in to bug me. She had a bunch of teeth taken out today. $750. Discounted from $1,100. Along with some other things. She had other things going on too. They cleaned her teeth and cleaned her ass. They squeezed her anal glands, did her nails, gave her some drugs, and gave her a shot, you know. So, yes, I was second best. Ken says, remember April the 29th. What are you guys doing April the 29th? Did I miss something? Am I not invited to a party or something? Ken, are you doing something on April the 29th and I didn't get invited? My feelings are hurt right now, right here, right now. Huh. My goodness gracious. And here you are throwing it in my face. See, you just threw that out there like, hey, we're all having a party on the 29th. Oh, yeah, you don't know? Yeah, you don't know because you weren't invited. Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right, I get it. I understand. You know, yeah. Some people don't like to invite, you know, the handsome people, but that's okay. I'll remember. You know. Lamo, I'm due on the 30th. Yes. Yes, the vibes, you ones are due on the 29th. All right. I forgive you both. So, that's going to be a party. It's going to be a bit. Remember, tomorrow night, or Friday night, we're going to be guessing the baby's weight for $1 each guess, remember? So, we're going to be doing that Friday night. We got to guess the baby's weight. And whoever wins will get a prize. So, and then Jamie will get the other part of the money. So, I'm going to guess 240 pounds. The baby's going to weigh 240 pounds. Not ounces, pounds. No. Yes, I don't know. I don't have a vibe about when her baby's going to come out. I don't. I actually think, if I had to throw it out there, I'm going to think it's before the 29th. I bet you she has it a little bit early. All right? Not late. Not late. I think she's going to have it a little bit early. Little bit early. But what do I know? Remember, I don't know anything about babies. Neither do I actually. Yeah, see, you don't think she's going to make it either, right? Yeah. There's just something that tells us, nah. I like fudge sickles. Ooh, I haven't found them here. Yeah, I can mail you some from America. I like the fudge sickles too when we were kids. Any day but the 30th. All right, the 30th is a bad day, right? See, Jamie's confirming, Ken, that we're on the right track. So, the 20th or the 26th, that's good. See? I like fudge sickles too, but they didn't have any at Sam's Club. I haven't had a fudge sickle in 20 years or more. I haven't had them in yet forever. I don't even know where you buy them at in America, because I don't think you can buy them at Walmart. I don't know. Can you buy fudge sickles? Has anybody had fudgesicles lately? We have those frozen ice thingies, you know, that comes in the plastic tube. We bought some of those on clearance a couple years ago, and I eat those once in a while. I think they're expired, but since they've been in the freezer, I figured they could last an eternity. So I still have them once in a while. If Lorelai knew that, she'd get mad at me and say, "Why are you eating expired food?" I'm like, yeah. I will have to take care of Bruce during the baby shower since Charlie won't be home until 10. All right, well, we can do it together. It'll be all right. You know, we can manage. You know, if you need us to babysit Bruce, we can do it. We can make it happen. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, maybe I should do that. Did I already do that? Hang on. Yeah, I did that. Okay. Yeah, we're all set up for Friday night. I had to remember. I don't want Jamie to live stream giving. Ooh! Now that'd be a moneymaker, man. Live birth on TV, you know, that'd be a moneymaker. That'd be a moneymaker. That'd be one of those viral videos. Everybody'd be going, "Well, holy shit! Is that what happens?" It's kind of like the video I have of Lily and her teeth, man. You guys are going to be shocked. I'm telling you, I'm going to put it together. It's like 3 little snippets or 4 little snippets. I'm going to put it into a little short and get it uploaded tomorrow. Them digging in their mouth. You guys are going to be shocked how they do what they do. Yeah, I'm going to go viral and probably get banned off the internet, and Mr. Beast will come and fire me or some shit. So I have zero intentions on this live stream, babies. Yes. And if she does go into labor, well, what we'll do is we'll just turn the camera the other way. While she's in labor, we can still do the party. You know, we just won't watch, you know, but we'll hear her scream and all that other stuff. So we can always just adjust the camera. We can do it. We can do it. So I'm telling you, the fun we're going to have. But I think it's cool because this is the first and only baby shower that's ever been on YouTube, you know, a live YouTube event. It's rough enough when they have a big mirror and keep saying, "Do you see the baby yet?" 1,000,000 times. What did you just say? No, I don't see the baby, so shut up! You know? Ice Pops are good. Yeah, Ice Pops. Is that what they're called? We bought some a couple years ago that were like organic Ice Pops, and they're actually really good. But they've been in the freezer. I eat one once in a while. But Lorelai has this thing about expired food. She wants to throw expired food out. I don't mind it. You know, I'm an American. I'm a guy. I'll eat it. I don't care. But at least those are frozen. We bought some, I had to show her that we bought something the other day at Sam's, got it home, and she's like, "Oh my God, this says it expires like in 2 weeks." I said, or in 3 weeks. I said, no. It says expires in 3 weeks unless it's frozen in the freezer, and then your expiration date is like 3 years away. So it's fine. We just put it in the freezer. It'll be fine. But I'm going to have one of those ice cream bars tonight. Ice cream sandwiches. I like me an ice cream sandwich. And it's real ice cream. I checked the box. It's not dairy or non-dairy or non I don't know, what are the, non-dairy dessert ingredient that they make everything out of? And they have the audacity to ask me if I want to keep the placenta. What the fuck you want to keep the placenta for? And you're not going to believe why they ask the women that. Well, I do know this because I'm a smart guy, or I used to be. Is it the eating thing? I've seen that on TV, where some of them puree it up and eat it. I hope it's not that. But I know. Yep, yeah, see? Why in the hell would you eat it? Yeah, you go, yeah. I saw that on the internet or on TV. Now, I do know this, that the placenta has something in it, enzymes, hormones, something that's really good to make medicine out of for cancers and other diseases. I know it's been proven scientifically that there's antibiotics, whatever they're called, antibodies in placentas that if they can harvest it, not necessarily just for the mother, but in general, is good for something bad in your body. They put it in salads and, oh my God, man, that's freaking nasty. Pat, Ken says, hello, good to see you. Ken says, years ago, Tim says, I had surgery in a teaching hospital where when I woke up, they were showing my surgery on hospital TVs. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I would like that. I watched them do my carpal tunnel surgery. I got to see that. That was really cool. I wanted to see when they replaced my pacemaker, but they wouldn't let me. That is neat. Ken says, did you give your reciprocal? Well, you did in a teaching hospital. Yeah. Can we get a copy of that, Tim? That says, good to see you, Ken. So yeah, can you get a copy of it so we can watch it? I want to see. I love surgery. I would do it myself. I told Lorelai, I said, look, I can replace this myself. I don't need to go to the hospital. All they need to do is just give it to me. I can do it myself. I'm telling you, I can do it right here. I can do it. I even told the doctor that, and I don't think he liked that. I don't think he appreciated that. But I got to watch him in live time do my carpal tunnel surgery on both hands. That was pretty cool. It was simple surgery. They just cut the skin open, peel it back, find the carpal tunnel tendon, and snip it, and sew your ass back up. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's approaching 9:30 here in my world. Time for me to have an ice cream. Time for me to pet my Lily and give her antibiotics for tonight. Since all of her teeth, not all of her teeth, but she had a bunch of teeth out today. So I'm going to give her antibiotic, put her to bed, get her some rest. So it is time for us to wind this live stream down. I want to thank everybody for coming in, and remember Friday night. So both of my children so far born, I've been teaching students in the room, watching. Last year, 2 of them almost fainted. It was their first, oh my God. I'm not even a medical student, and shit doesn't bother me, But I'm the same way. I have no problem teaching hospitals, being a college professor. I understand, look, these people need to learn. As long as they don't screw me up, I'm okay, with them doing things. But, I did teach a girl how to shave a man's chest the last time because she was doing it wrong. I said, look, you got to follow the grain. Look at it and follow the grain. Don't go against the grain. But that's all right. So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. We'll see everybody Friday night. I should have charged them. Yeah. Well, they were paying somebody, I can tell you that. Being a student in a medical program, they were paying somebody out the butt, let me tell you. So you guys all take care. Look for my new shorts coming out, other stuff we're working on. Be ready for Friday night. So 7 o'clock, I'll set up the stream. The StreamYard's already set up. All you got to do is click on the link to join it, and it's all good. 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. my time. 7 p.m. my time on StreamYard. Or, you'll see it, and I'll put the link out repeatedly, and you just click on it, and you can come up in the panel and all of that good stuff. So we appreciate everybody. Thank you all for the thumbs up. You guys all take care, and see you Friday, guys. Tim, we appreciate you. Dennis, baby, baby, baby. Woo-hoo. Dennis will be here to watch the baby being born. He's probably got a whole bunch of them running around from Colombia, Colombian babies. Pat says, take care, everybody. Appreciate that, Pat. Take care of me. Dennis, we appreciate you. Hope you come by Friday so we can embarrass you, cause some problems. Take over Canada. Maybe after we get done with Jamie's baby shower, we will all commit to taking over Canada. So, appreciate you guys all. We'll see you soon, my friends. Take care. Here comes my dog. She knows I'm getting off the phone. So here she comes like, see ya.